here. Some of the casuals who actually started playing BDO. Everybody knows who that is, Black Desert Online. So, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Last night, a friend of mine had told me something very interesting. I'm not going to say who it is, but apparently last night, my friend was actually trying to grind in the BDO Node Wars. Now, look, I understand, all these, BDO fanboys just want to do this PvPing, to exercise their little noodle, whatever the case may be. I do have to put it out here that not all BDO players are really into PvP. There's some that are casual, some that actually love to play BDO. But the problem is, it's the node wars. If guilds are creating more node wars than letting actual casual players level up their characters so they get their awakening, there is a problem. I think they should solely base a different server rather than trying to switch to other servers, because a majority of people last night, from what my friend was telling me, were pretty much not happy. These guilds exercising, like I said, their PvP brains. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. If BDO doesn't make a dedicated server for PvP players, there's a very good chance that some of these casual players are more likely going to end up leaving. As you can tell, there was a couple of servers I've noticed have been getting overcrowded because people who are on certain servers have to migrate to other servers. To them, that's a hindrance. To them, that's I think the actual online services for BDO, they need to make a dedicated server for PvP players, so the monsters and everything else does not disappear during a node war. My personal disgust, and the reason why I actually stopped playing it, was the fact that the node wars were become more of a hindrance. It was a pain in the ass to switch to a different server. I believe that my personal thoughts are that if any casual player has the decency, I know there's already some of my friends who actually played BDO quit after hitting to level 54, 55. They couldn't even get to any more XP because of the constant node wars, and therefore they're no longer playing it. I myself am not playing it anymore because of the same issues. And where I generally tend to see this happening, if the makers of BDO, if they don't do these maintenances, or if they don't come up with a maintenance or some kind of dedicated server, its player base will dwindle and drop. Therefore, making a full PvP game, which, hey, everybody wanted a PvP game, but there's some casuals who do not want it. Before I left, I actually did a PvP. One of my friends had gotten attacked. So, I'm thinking to myself, why are we doing a mix of a PvP and a PvE, where make a dedicated server for PvP players, so we don't have these nerds who are doing node wars to just pretty much make this difficult for anybody. There's people who are getting frustrated, like I said, getting completely frustrated with the fact that they cannot hit a level during a node war and the monsters disappearing. And to be perfectly honest, if the makers of BDO are watching this video, I hope you guys make a dedicated server, because you're going to watch that your player base may end up dwindling, and I've already noticed it. I'm not going to say exactly how many people have already left. Quite a few of my friends actually quit playing it because of the node wars and the constant BS that comes with it. And anybody who is still playing it, any casual or new player, try to go to a different server, but if the node wars keep going, the only thing I could say is do the best you can. If you decide to leave or you decide not to play it anymore, that'll be on your decision, on your behalf alone. The other thing I'm going to point out really quick is that I think any game that's either PvP or PvE, regardless, look, it's cool you have the arenas. That's awesome. But there should be a separate, like I said, a separate server for Node Wars. I mean, if these little fucking nerds want to have their way, and causing a lot of aggravation, a lot of inconveniences to about casual players who cannot level up, build a different server because you're going to lose your player base and it's going to happen. It's already dropped. There's already like quite a few people who already left BDO because of this nonsense and bullshit and the constant crap that goes on with the game. Other than that, this is pretty much going to cover everything on the basis of my overview and as far as everything else. Until then, there's your girl Michelle362, and if you don't like BDO, just quit or don't even play it. And for those little nerds out there who are just exercising their little PvP noodle, whatever noodle they have, it's on you. Anyways, this is your girl Michelle. I'm gonna say peace, love, and happiness, and I will talk to you soon.